and B-rated picks, and we put them to the test. We just randomly pick an A pick or an A through a B plus or an A or an A plus pick. We take those and we just pick two random ones, and we basically see if we can put together a winning record. So far, our record is this right here, 164, 126, and 3. That is over the course of about not quite a year. We're a couple months away from a year, and of course, then we had that big pause right in the middle, right when we were on a major heater with spread knowledge with college basketball. And with college basketball just a few weeks away, well, you know we're going to be all over the spread knowledge. I'm sure this show is going to be one of the most popular shows on the entire YouTube because last year we absolutely knocked the cover off the ball. In fact, I would say that since the COVID stoppage, the picks, we had a 2-0 day the other day. We went 1-1 yesterday. So it's definitely getting better and better and better. Charles is constantly tinkering with it, but we certainly lost something because of home field, advantages. We could see what's happened to home field advantages, and also, just the amount of data that we have to work with. It's like when you're dealing with like the MAC that has a 6-game schedule, it doesn't give spread knowledge the data that it needs to really generate things. But with college basketball, when they have 30-game schedules, and upwards, and then, plus the postseason. Then when you have, the NBA, which will be following, on December 22nd, great times to get spread knowledge. And of course, the NFL, we're now in the second half of the season, college football. For some of these teams, later on in the season, some still just not a lot of data to work with. But, spread knowledge uses 4,000 data points. Putting these together, it finds the risk to reward ratio for these games, basically saying, is the reward worth the risk based upon the probability that this outcome is going to happen? Now, I always hear the term lock. I hear the thing sure thing, easy bets. I hear all these things. No such thing as any of that stuff. So what you always have to do is figure out what the probability of the outcome is and what your risk is going to be, that outcome is going to happen. And if that reward from that risk merits the risk that you're taking. And that's really what it all comes down to. And that is how you win at sports betting. People hear me say, like last night, I lost on the Titans, but I had, pushed these points up to the point where, I was in at the right price. It just didn't hit, but it wasn't like I had made bad bets. Yeah, they weren't winning bets, so they weren't, they're not. No losing bets. You can't say I made a losing bet that was a good bet. But I'll just say if I'm going to lose, at least I was in at a good number for a good payout. It wasn't in like, I took the Titans money line when they were -3 and I was laying, -140 to win even money. I was in, laying 3 points. I was going to get almost 2-1 on my money, on the Titans. And that was where you want to be because they didn't cover any of that stuff, right? So it's like I lost even monies. Other people lost the juice and the vig. We can go on and on about that sort of thing all day long. But of course, be sure to hit the thumbs up. I'm going to be doing these spread knowledge computer pick shows. I'm going to try and do them every single day. It's going to be tougher on the weekends because of the earlier starts. I'll probably be able to do an NFL one. We'll definitely have time to do it maybe even before or after their show. The college football one, going to be a little tougher on Saturday. We'll have to figure it out. But, when college hoops starts, the same thing, going to be a little tough with the timing. But we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll just do a video the night before on it, and we'll figure it out that way. But we're going to do 2 picks on this show. That's what we have been doing. So be sure to set up your notifications, for when we go live so you don't miss these shows. I know these shows generally wildly popular. For some reason, it looks like notifications did not go out on our Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. So that's what I was kind of waiting for. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, so that's okay, though, and we'll just have to live with it. But anyways, we will do the best that we can. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's like the notifications are there. I could see myself live there, but I don't see notifications going out. And that's all right. Let's just get to the picks, and people, if they want to, they can watch the replay and they know we're going to be doing these every day. So the first pick of today's show will go to the game between Florida Atlantic and Florida International. And so I went on to Spread Knowledge today, and like this is a big thing on the internet these days. A lot of things going in dark mode. I don't know if it's any easier or any tougher. It's always been light mode, and I've always been able to see it just fine. The dark mode, I think I like it for some things, but Charles, I don't think he gave us an option. I think he just switched us to dark mode. So not really sure what that is. Yeah, if you're looking for picks on tomorrow's games, we have free picks on every game every day at pickdogs.com and at sportschatplace.com. This is our computer pick show, and we generally pick games that are that day. So that's what we're doing here. So it's Florida Atlantic is an A rating here at minus 9.5. So we're going to put this thing right to the test. We're going to take its highest ranking, which is an A, and we're going to take the FAU Owls to go into Tamiami Stadium, in Tamiami Trail. Florida International, who 0-3 this season. Florida Atlantic with that stout defense. Yeah, I had dark mode. I don't know what happened. Someone got light mode. I have dark mode. I'm not really sure what happened. I could ask Charles. Maybe I have like some super user demo mode. That's always a possibility too, that I'm in some kind of weird super demo user. Charles comes on, leaves a comment. Maybe he will tell us what happened. But I got dark mode. Doesn't matter. It's the same information. And in this case, it's the Florida Atlantic Owls are an A pick, and that is our first pick for today's Spread Knowledge show. I like doing this show because it takes the pressure off me. I don't have to, these aren't my picks. These are Spread Knowledge's picks, right? So no pressure on me. Of course, we have free picks on every game, every day. Mitch, what's the story with Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs? I don't understand the question. What's the story? Those are my websites. I don't understand the question. I wish I did. If you could be, so someone on someone else refreshed and they got dark mode also now. But if M. Davis, if you want to ask that question more specifically, I will answer it. I have no problem. Most of them do. Most of them have at least two, if not more. But what happened was I always had sportschatplace.com. And what happened was I got involved with some people that don't have the same values in business that I do. For me, it will never be about the money. And I just can't do it. It's not what I'm about. I'm about because I want to build something. I want to make an impact. I want to do things that change the industry. I'm never going to sell that out for $1, and I'm never going to not be me for $1. So I was involved in a merger with people that didn't have that same belief set. They were more like, how can I have $1? How can I save? How can I be as cheap as possible? How can I save money? How can I, make money? And it's all about make money. Mitch doesn't want to make money. He's stupid, But for me, it's never going to be like that. So in the meantime, while I was involved in a legal battle, because these guys were, they were trying to save money on everything. They saved money, I guess, on their legal bills when we were doing our deal, and it turned out that the deal was invalid that we had. So, to do that, to do what I do, I had no platform. And so I had to start Pick Dogs, and I just did. And then in the meantime, I'm still trying to figure out, to be honest with you, what the direction of these are going to be. Sports Chat Place is going to be like our hardcore written articles and all that stuff that we've always done. I believe that I'm going to be changing the format of Pick Dogs over the next several months, probably next year, and what we do there. Because I still think that for the videos and everything like that, I think one will be my written and some video and kind of multimedia, and the other one will be just straight media, and also like a lot of stuff that's like stuff like Spread Knowledge and things like that. that's all going to be part of Pick Dogs. So eventually they'll branch out more. You'll see more of a distinguishing between the two, and that will start probably in the next few weeks, and you'll see it continue on and on and on. We're just, it's just something that we're figuring out. I just ended up with 2 websites because I used to have 2 before. I had Picks and Parlays and Sports Chat Plays. I had 2 before. Then I just had, it's a mess, an absolute mess. Right, I started Picks and Parlays. I built that site. I founded it. All those things. Right. So, and I had Sports Chat Plays at the same time. So I've had 2 sites all along. I always have had 2. A little bit different though. It was a little different. Anyways, I guess that's super confusing. Tony T is working for me. The drive-thru is mine. Is my show. I was originally supposed to be on it, but it's too much of a demand on me. Like, I've been in the studio doing videos. I just finished, and that's why this show is running late. I don't know how to check my encoder settings. But that is something that we should do. I freeze up all the time, and it's because my encoder settings. Anyways, let's get to our second pick of today's show. Our second pick for today's show is going to be under in the Iowa-Minnesota game. This is an A all the way around. It's an A in relation. Don't know what it is, but we will have to find out what it is. I don't know where I would find that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is going to do it. Nope. Anyways, Spread Knowledge gives this an A for both teams, relation to both teams, and under in the Iowa-Minnesota game. We've seen both these teams. I agree with this one. I also gave out the under in my free pick video. Yeah, it's weird that it's freezing. That it's freezing up. It's this encoder. I'm going to find out exactly what that means. We are going to find out. I don't know what it is. If anyone out there knows what it is, maybe you could help me out. But it's saying encoder. My encoder setting. I wouldn't know where that would be. Encoder settings. Frame rate. Maybe that's in the camera. I don't know. Anyways, Iowa minus the points. Or Iowa and Minnesota under 58. That's our second pick. So our first pick was Florida Atlantic minus the 9.5. Our second pick is the under in the Iowa-Minnesota game. Of course, the drive-thru will be on at 6 o'clock. Tony T, Chris Ruffalo. I can tell you the whole guest list. It is Tony T, Chris Ruffalo. It's Tony T, Chris Ruffalo, Jeff Jeter, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, Goran Kusar, and Joe D'Amico. That's who's on today. So it's Joe Duffy, Joe D'Amico, Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler, Jeff Jeter, Goran, and then Tony T will be giving a pick. But our picks for today, under in the Iowa-Minnesota game, and Florida Atlantic, minus 9.5. All of those are A-rated picks. Of course, you can get the full spread knowledge, ratings on every single game you click on the link in the description and use the discount code Mitch. You'll get 10% off. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live show, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and be sure to stay tuned on our channel for the drive-thru.